So, today, let's talk about a simple habit that has the power to totally transform your life: saving money. We're going to break down how the small choices you make with your money right now create the freedom you'll have tomorrow.
Okay, let's just dive right in with the one question that gets to the heart of it all. Is the money you earn meant only for today, or are you also getting ready for tomorrow? It's a simple question, right? But believe me, your answer to that shapes your entire financial future.
To really get why this is so important, let's first talk about a pattern. A familiar and, let's be honest, often stressful pattern that so many of us fall into. We're going to call it the earn and spend cycle.
You know that feeling, right? After all the long hours and hard work, that moment the paycheck hits your account, it feels amazing, doesn't it? Your bank account looks healthy, and for a second, you just feel this wave of relief and total control. The month is full of promise.
But then, almost immediately, the spending kicks in. You know, plans with friends, a little online shopping, those daily coffees, groceries. It all happens so easily and, honestly, in the blink of an eye.
And then you start to notice it. That feeling of control starts to slip away as you watch your bank balance slowly but surely drop. Day by day, the money you worked so hard for just, well, it evaporates. Which brings us to the end of the month. You're checking your wallet, you're anxiously waiting for that next paycheck to land, and you feel that familiar knot of stress as the last of the bills come due. The cycle ends right where it started, with worry. And that's just in a normal month. But life is, well, it's unpredictable. What happens when a sudden illness strikes or some emergency just pops up out of nowhere? Or what if you're suddenly faced with losing a job? Without savings, that end-of-month stress can turn into real fear and uncertainty fast.
It's a tough cycle, for sure, but there is absolutely a way to break it. So now it's time to talk about the solution and why the simple act of saving changes everything.
See, this totally reframes the whole idea of saving. It's not a sacrifice. It's not about just putting some money away and forgetting it. Saving is an active choice you make to build a more secure, more stable future for yourself. And the benefits? They are genuinely life-changing. First, you get financial security, a real safety net for when life throws you a curveball. Then, you can finally start to achieve your dreams, whether that's buying a home, traveling the world, or starting your own business. You'll also massively reduce your stress because you're no longer living in that paycheck-to-paycheck trap. And maybe most important of all, you create opportunity, the chance to invest and make your money grow for you. And this quote just nails it. It really isn't about the size of your paycheck. Someone with a modest income who saves consistently can build a much stronger future than someone who earns a ton but spends it all. The habit is way more powerful than the income.
To really see this in action, let's walk through a simple story that makes this whole idea crystal clear. Let's call it a tale of two futures.
So meet our two friends, Raheem and Kareem. They started from the exact same place. They had similar jobs, they earned the same amount of money, but their small, daily habits would end up leading them down two completely different paths.
Okay, so let's break this down. On one side, you've got Raheem. His habit was simple. He saved a small bit of his income every single month. No excuses, he just did it. Kareem, on the other hand, spent everything. His plan was always to start saving, later. And the outcome? Years down the road, Raheem used his savings to start a small business, creating a meaningful, independent life for himself. But Kareem? He was still struggling, still trapped in that same old cycle of financial worry. Same income, different habits, completely different futures.
This story just shows the incredible power of a simple choice. So the real question is, how do you actually start? Well, the good news is it's way easier than you probably think. Here are your 4 steps to start building that better future.
Okay, the single most powerful principle is right here on this slide. Save before you spend. The moment your paycheck comes in, the very first slice, let's call it 10 to 20%, goes straight into your savings. The rest of it, that's what you have for your monthly spending. This flips the script from saving what's left over to making saving your #1 priority. All right, let's walk through these 4 steps together because this is where the magic happens. 1. Save before you spend. Like we just talked about, this is non-negotiable. Treat your savings like any other important bill that has to be paid first. 2. Reduce unnecessary expenses. Take an honest look at where your money is going. That daily latte, the subscriptions you forgot about. Small changes here don't feel like a huge sacrifice, but trust me, they add up to a massive difference over time. 3. Set a clear goal. This is your why.
Why are you doing this? For a house? For your family? Just for peace of mind. Knowing your goal turns saving from a chore into a mission. And number 4, be consistent. This is the key to the whole thing. Saving isn't a one-time thing. It's a habit you build for life. Small, consistent actions are what build real wealth and security.
And this brings us right back around to our core message. The small, intentional choice you make today directly builds the financial freedom you're going to enjoy tomorrow. I love this quote. Your future is not decided by luck, it is shaped by the choices you make today. This puts the power right back in your hands. It's not about what happens to you, it's about how you prepare for what might happen. So the most important thing to take away from all this is simple. Take the first step. Don't wait for a later that might never come. Start now. Even if it's a tiny amount, the act of just starting is what builds momentum for a lifetime. And that really leaves us with one final thought. The story of your financial future is being written right now by the choices you're making. So what will your future look like?